This is Spanish 3, sentences 29 through 32. 29. Who do you count on? Why? ¿Con quién cuentas? ¿Por qué? ¿Con quién cuentas? ¿Por qué? 30. I count on my boyfriend because he is trustworthy. Yo cuento con mi novio porque él es confiable. Yo cuento con mi novio porque él es confiable. 31. Who do you trust? Why? ¿En quién confías? ¿Por qué? ¿En quién confías? ¿Por qué? And 32. I trust my girlfriend because she is honest. Yo confío en mi novia porque ella es honesta. Yo confío en mi novia porque ella es honesta. Now, the big overarching theme on this list is this. Sometimes there are compound verbs. In English we say to count on. In Spanish we say contar con, which means to count with. All right? In English we say to trust. In Spanish we say to confide in or confiar en. So keep that in mind. Sometimes a verb is coupled with a preposition. To count on in Spanish is contar con, and to trust is to confide in, confiar en. So let's look at number 29. Who do you count on? Why? Notice the last word in that sentence is on. So the first word in the question is on or with. In English we say to count on, in Spanish we say to count with. So, on whom do you count or with whom do you count? Con quien cuentas por qué? Because remember, Spanish is backwards. In English we say I said it to her. In Spanish it's to her it I said. So if I say in English, if I ask what are you talking about? In Spanish it's going to be about what are you talking? Now, again, contar con is to count on or to count with. It's a boot verb, and the O turns into UE in all forms except the we form. So I count on my boyfriend because he's reliable. Yo cuento con mi novio porque él es confiable. If someone is trustworthy, you are able to have confidence in them. So confiable is trustworthy. Now, in English we say, who do you trust? Or, more correctly, who do you trust in? So in Spanish, it's en quien confías. In whom do you trust? Get it? It's backwards. In English, what are you talking about? Spanish, about what are you talking? So, en quien confías, porque, who do you trust or who you confide in? Why? And finally, I trust or I confide in my girlfriend because she's honest. Yo confío en mi novia porque ella es honesta. Again, remember, compound verbs like to count on or to trust in are a little tricky. All right, this has been Spanish 3, sentences 29 through 32.